So this is, I think, what is more interesting for us today to discuss, because it's not so clear in the manual, I think, and basically you know already all these parameters because you played with them. I just wanted to be sure that everybody understands how they work. So basically, if you consider a sliding gate in the opening phase, okay, so the gate is closed, normally you accelerate the gate, reach the top speed, then decelerate, reach the low speed, and then stop the gate on the opening limit switch. So how you manage those transitions depends on basically these 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. So you have the two speeds, high speed and low speed, which are normally these two parameters for the opening. And I think the trick is, how do you change those speeds? So how do you accelerate and decelerate the movement? And the trick that is not so clear in the manual is that the parameter that allows you to adjust this ramp also affect how you decelerate. So it's one parameter for both. Unfortunately, we can't have two today. In next generation control panel, we will probably have two separate ramps. But for now, when you select, for example, parameter 54, which is the ramp, or the soft start, as it is written in the manual, equal to 0, it means that you increase your speed almost instantaneously from 0 to the maximum speed. So normally this is the option when the gate is very heavy. So you can't have a soft start if the gate is too heavy, because the gate won't be able to, the motor won't be able to win the inertia of the gate. So you need to start at maximum speed without even detecting any obstacle. So you will choose 54 equals 0. The problem of this is when you change the speed from top speed to low speed, it is also a sudden change. So if the gate is heavy and the difference in speed is very high, maybe you have 100% and 20%, you may see the movement of the gate start to become a little bit jerky, because the inertia of the gate is so high and the change of speed is so sudden that the gate will try to go forward.
We've actually had force reversal in that situation. So
yeah.
We've got a side where we had a heavy steel gate going uphill, so we had to turn off the soft start, and then when it was opening down a hill, when it entered the slowdown phase, it would rebound off it, it would treat it as an obstruction because it was just dropping down. So we just had to turn off the ramp down on the opening, just turn it off.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it entered the ramp down, because it was coming, so this makes sense.
Exactly.
It just came straight in instead
So
of gradually.
if you can, but it's not always the case, maybe what you can try to do is to reduce this difference in speeds so that your change is less dramatic, let's say. Same thing happens when you change, so you want the ramp, so the soft start, to 1 or 2, okay, so it delays a little bit how fast you accelerate your gate. It also delays how fast you decelerate the gate. And that is particularly important when you consider this parameter, 35 for the opening and 36 for the closing. I know that because, for example, when I was in BFT, when you were used to set up the slowdown distance, what we call the slowdown distance, actually you were setting up this part. So the part where you were already in slowdown. In DA it's different. When you set up your slowdown distance, you are setting up the point from which the gate will change the speed, will start to change the speed. But you haven't reached the low speed yet. So if you have, let's say, a double soft start, so very long ramp, and this one is very limited, you may risk to arrive on the limit switch without even having reached the slowdown speed. So what I do personally when I set up a gate or a barrier or something, I always start with this a little bit high, and then I see when the gate is actually in low speed, and if it is too much, then I start reducing this. Everybody has his own method, that's what I do, but the idea that I want to pass is that take care of this, because if this is too low, maybe you won't even reach the slowdown speed. And same thing for the other phase, the closing phase. So you have exactly the same thing, same parameter 54, but different values here. 53 high speed, 54 low speed, and 36 for the slowdown distance.